Welcome to modern living room partition wall designs in 2026, where interiors are no longer defined by rigid walls, but by intelligent, flowing structures that shape space, light, and emotion. Look at this design evolution carefully. What was once just a divider is now an architectural experience, blending privacy with openness, function with aesthetics, and technology with nature. Modern living room partition wall designs in 2026 are no longer about dividing space, they are about defining experience. Instead of closing areas, these partitions guide flow, light, and privacy while keeping the openness of modern homes intact. Wooden slats with soft hidden lighting create a sense of warmth and rhythm, allowing light and air to pass through while still offering visual separation. Glass partitions with slim black frames add structure without making the space feel heavy or confined. Some designs go even deeper, integrating storage, entertainment units, and even acoustic control into a single wall system. This turns the partition into a functional design element rather than just a divider. The real shift in 2026 is subtle luxury, spaces that feel connected yet organized. Living rooms are no longer just open or closed. They are laid, flexible, and emotionally balanced environments designed for both social energy and private calm. In 2026, living room partition walls are no longer straight barriers. They are sculptural experiences. Instead of dividing space harshly, they guide movement and define atmosphere. Curved organic partitions made of plaster and wood soften the geometry of the room. They create separation without interruption, allowing the eye to flow naturally across spaces. Lighting is integrated into the structure itself. Soft indirect LEDs highlight curves and textures, turning the partition into a glowing architectural feature during evening hours. This approach changes how a home feels. The living and dining areas are still connected, but emotionally distinct. One space can feel social and active, while the other remains calm and grounded. The key idea is balance: privacy without isolation, openness without chaos. Modern luxury is not about building more walls. It is about designing smarter transitions that shape how people experience space, light, and emotion within the same environment. In 2026, living room partition wall design evolves into intelligent adaptability. The focus is no longer fixed separation, but dynamic control of space. Sliding partition systems allow a home to transform within seconds, shifting from open social layout to private focused zones. Smart glass panels with adjustable opacity redefine privacy. With a subtle change in transparency, the same room can feel open, intimate, or completely enclosed, without moving a single piece of furniture. This flexibility reflects modern lifestyle behavior. Homes are no longer static. They respond to work, relaxation, and social needs throughout the day. Integrated ceiling tracks and hidden mechanisms keep the design visually clean, ensuring technology disappears into architecture. Storage walls and shelving systems merge with partitions, maximizing function without cluttering the space. The essence of this design is control without complexity. It gives the user full command over environment, mood, and interaction, making the living room a truly adaptive living ecosystem. In 2026, partition walls in modern living rooms are becoming softer, quieter, and more human. Instead of blocking space, they gently guide how light and emotion move through a home. Japandi-inspired wooden slat partitions are a perfect example of this shift. They create rhythm through repetition, allowing the eye to pass through while still defining separation. This balance between openness and structure is what makes the space feel calm yet organized. Backlighting behind the slats adds depth without visual noise. It turns the partition into an ambient feature, especially during early mornings and evenings when natural light fades. The material palette stays grounded: light oak, linen, and stone, keeping the environment connected to nature. What makes this design powerful is restraint. Nothing is over-designed or forced. Every element supports a feeling of calm continuity. Modern luxury is no longer about division. It is about creating subtle boundaries that protect privacy while preserving emotional flow across the entire living space. The partition wall becomes more than a divider. It becomes the emotional center of the home. Instead of simply separating spaces, it now creates shared experiences across zones. A marble feature wall with a double-sided fireplace is a perfect example of this evolution. It connects the living and dining areas through warmth and visual continuity, allowing both spaces to feel distinct yet emotionally linked. The fire itself introduces a natural focal point. Humans are instinctively drawn to flame, and here it becomes a subtle anchor that adds calm, comfort, and presence to the environment. The stone surface amplifies this effect by adding weight and permanence, balancing the softness of surrounding furniture and lighting. This design transforms partition walls into architectural moments rather than functional barriers. Modern luxury is no longer about separation. It is about connection through design, where even division becomes a shared sensory experience that enhances atmosphere, depth, and emotional warmth across the entire living space. Look at this space. This is where modern living room partition design in 2026 becomes truly architectural. The wall is no longer just a divider. It is a sculpted experience that shapes how you move, see, and feel inside a home. Notice how the curved form softens the entire environment. Instead of sharp boundaries, the design flows naturally, guiding the eye from one zone to another without interruption. The built-in niches are not just storage. They are curated display moments that add personality without creating clutter. Every object has intention, every empty space has meaning. Look at how the hidden lighting traces the edges of the structure. It doesn't overpower the design, it quietly enhances depth, making the wall feel almost alive during evening hours. This is the real evolution of luxury interiors, spaces that feel open yet defined, minimal yet expressive. Not by adding more elements, but by designing smarter transitions between function, form, and emotion. Look at this design. This is where modern luxury meets nature in the most intelligent way. The partition wall is not just glass and metal, it is alive. A vertical garden is integrated directly into the structure, turning separation into a breathing element of the home. Notice how the greenery softens the entire atmosphere. Instead of hard boundaries, you get a living transition between spaces. Light passes through leaves, creating natural movement on walls and floors throughout the day. The smart glass adds another layer of control. At times it feels completely open, and at others it creates privacy without breaking the visual harmony of the space. Look at how the natural textures, wood, stone, and plants, work together. Nothing feels artificial or forced. Everything is balanced to reduce stress and increase emotional comfort. This is the future of partition design, where walls no longer divide life, they enhance it through nature, light, and intelligent spatial flow.